This ABC 15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.
Hi, I'm CILETTI here with your afternoon update from ABC15 Arizona. Here are Friday's coronavirus numbers. The Department of Health Services reporting 8,000 new cases. The pandemic total now more than 700,000 here in Arizona. The death toll also increasing to more than 12,000 after 229 more deaths were reported this morning. The Navajo Nation making changes to its COVID-19 orders. The nation will lift its weekend lockdowns to allow for essential businesses to remain open and to hold more weekend vaccination events. However, the stay-at-home order is now extended, which requires people to stay home unless needing to run errands for food or supplies.
It allows us to triple our capacity for testing. It allows us to go from about 1,000 a week to 3,000 a week.
The University of Arizona will require students living in a dorm to test for COVID-19 at least twice a week. They will be tested with the more accurate, less expensive PCR saline gargle test. The only drawback is that it does take some time to get the results back. It's flu season, and if you have not gotten your flu shot, the CDC is warning you not to get it at the same time as the COVID vaccine. You got to wait. There's not enough data on both vaccines together. The CDC recommends a 14-day interval in between those two. Always good to space out your vaccinations if you can. Recreational marijuana now legal in Arizona, and dispensaries could start selling it next week. They're applying for new licenses online. Harvest House of Cannabis CEO Steve White awaiting his license to be approved by the Department of Health Services. The passing of Prop 207 in November allowing the legal sale of recreational marijuana up to an ounce to people 21 and older. White knows that once applications are approved, the competition will be flooding in.
Getting the approval is a big deal, and there was a lot of work that went into it. But now we have to run a really good business for customers. And it's going to be a very competitive landscape in the state of Arizona for customers.
Well, it's projected that Prop 207 will generate more than $160 million in revenue for the state. Since the start of the pandemic, there's been a rise in the number of people downloading apps for meditation and mindfulness. Mindfulness helps people become more aware of the present moment. University of Cambridge found practicing mindfulness can reduce stress, anxiety, and depression, but it's not clear who benefits the most.
So it's a good tool to have for the situations where we're beating ourselves up too much, or we're emotionally exhausted, or we've been ruminating too much on bad things, or we're having trouble sleeping. It's really helpful for these situations. But the idea that, everyone should be in a more meditative state all the time, I think that gets a little bit dangerous.
Some researchers say one downside to mindfulness is it can reduce your motivation to perform certain tasks, causing you to be less productive than you would be if you were working in an office environment. Last year, we missed a lot of work. 2020, a record year for calling out sick. USA Today says federal labor market data shows an average of 1.5 million people a month missed work last year because of an illness. That's the most in at least 2 decades and 45% above normal. This weekend, Ballet Arizona is kicking off its free community performance, Ballet Under the Virtual Stars. The live stream will be available on Ballet Arizona's YouTube page tomorrow night at 5. There will also be a live online chat with the dancers. A new attraction is coming to the Arizona Boardwalk next month. It's the world premiere of the new exhibition, The Science of Ripley's Believe It or Not. How fun. This will feature all kinds of astonishing artifacts and oddities. You can check it out February 2nd through the summer of 2022.
Good morning, I'm meteorologist Iris Hermosillo. As we talk about your most accurate forecast, we've got 2 more storm systems to track. Those rain chances are sticking around through the weekend and into next week. And for the high country, significant impacts when it comes to the snow. Temperatures are also going to be cooling off down into the 50s as early as Sunday. We've got storm warnings now in effect tonight through Saturday evening for areas above 6,000 feet in northern Arizona. So the high country essentially under these winter storm warnings, where snow amounts could end up anywhere from 8 to 14 inches in spots above 6,000 feet, 10 to 16 inches above 6,500 feet. So expect hazardous travel conditions through the weekend and early next week for northern Arizona. Today, the last milder day with a high of 68 in Phoenix, 50 in Payson, and 55 in Kingman. But this weekend, those temperatures drop. We'll be falling into the low 60s Saturday with rain chances through the weekend, highs in the mid-50s going into early next week.
Another update tonight. Until then, get the latest news, weather, and traffic at ABC15.com or by downloading our free ABC15 mobile app.
This ABC 15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. Straight up.